Today I'm sitting down with Fire Captain Ely Rivera from Station 707 in Buckeye, Arizona, to talk about what it really takes to protect, connect, and stay present as a father. He has two young adult daughters, and he's married, and he has a lot on his plate. But Captain Rivera is all about closing the gap before the world gets her. Let's get into this. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Why Not You, and I have Coach Ely Rivera, who's actually a fire captain at Firehouse 707 in the city of Buckeye, Arizona. I mean, first of all, I just want to say thank you, man, for coming on, because I know time schedules are conflicting, and I mean, just you're at work right now doing your thing. Is you never know when a call might come out, but thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. Honored and grateful to connect with you here.
Yes,
Excited for this.
absolutely. And so, like, just everything that's been going on lately, just with I've just really been focusing like just on first responders and um, first responders with daughters before the world gets her or gets them. You know, however many daughters we have, because I know that early on, man, they're easily influenced just by social media, getting that comparison gap right. And as fathers, I mean, we have a tough task of just being the voice of reason sometimes. And here we are serving our communities, doing these tough jobs, but sometimes the hardest battles are at home, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You just reminded me of a summer. Whew, man, lucky I'm not in prison right now.
So real quick though, man, can you just talk about like just briefly just your background as far as how you actually got into what made you actually want to become a firefighter and then how you actually progress from there to where you are now as a fire captain?
Absolutely, would love to. So it actually almost happened accidentally in high school. In my senior year, I was in a school to work program, and they had passed around this pamphlet for the Phoenix Fire Department at the time. And one of the biggest things that I recall from that whole, it was a pretty thick pamphlet, but it was about being physically fit and prepared for the job,
Mm.
a firefighter. And that kind of stuck out in my head because I wouldn't say that I was the most fit at the time, which funny enough, now that was when I was 17, now at 45, I would say I'm probably the fittest I've ever been. So it's kind of,
That's
I
why.
guess, it's always been locked in back there somewhere, and it just kind of happened. But at the time, I wanted to be a car mechanic, actually. And after being young, crashing my car a couple times, repairing
Yeah.
it myself, replacing a couple transmissions. There was this one time where I was underneath it working on the transmission. It dropped on me on my
Are you
chest.
serious?
Yeah, bro. It dropped on my chest two times, and I think that's when I said, I'm not going to become a car mechanic anymore. I'm out on this. I need to find something else to do. So interestingly enough, my mom was willing to take me to the community college, local community college, to go check out what I wanted to do for summer. I signed up for the school to work program. I mean, sorry, not school to work program. I signed up for the fitness and conditioning class for firefighters.
Mm.
I wanted to take a look at it. I said, hey, I got to get in shape. I got to do something. So I was actually at 220, which at the time was my heaviest when I graduated high school. From that point on, I stopped eating fast food, stopped drinking soda. I basically ran every single day, and the goal was in the back of my head, and now thinking that's probably not the smartest, although it worked, was stop eating fast food, stop drinking soda, and then just run every single day. And I just slowly increased my distance that I was running.
Mhm.
So I was able to drop down to 170, and I dropped 50 pounds in that summer of 3 to 6 month time period that I had
Wow.
when that class started. But when I did go to this class, the one of the instructors who was no longer with us as in the fire department, he's retired now, Chief Monty Eggerman, and a lot of people know him around the valley here, but he's helped out a lot of people get hired. But he's like, hey, if you're really interested to become a firefighter, go do a ride along.
Mm.
Go see if this is what you really want to do.
Right.
And interestingly enough, the way the fire service was, especially more so back then, I did that. I went for a ride along, and they just played a joke on me the whole time.
Did they?
Oh, oh, bro, they were telling me everything to do wrong. Everything they told me to do was what to do wrong, right? They had me sit in the captain's chair. They had me hanging out. They had me in the recliners. They had me doing everything wrong. I didn't know. I was just graduating high school, first ride along, so it was hilarious as hell looking back.
Yeah.
And I went back to that class with Chief Ekman the following Friday. He's like, dude, what happened? What'd you do? Like they said you were a total train wreck. I was like, Chief, I just did what they told me to do. He's like,
That's right.
all right. I see what they did there.
Yeah.
So, but funny enough, he's like, hey, here's what you need to do. And go back to the same station and just with your work ethic and what you got, just go back and just get after it. I'm like, all right, copy that.
Wow.
So I did that, and honestly, I fell in love. I fell in love with the career. Basically, it felt like high school. That's what I recall, and that's what I tell a
Yeah.
lot of people. It was like hanging out with your friends, with your homies. You got to eat together, you got to
Right.
work out together, and we got the opportunity, most importantly, to help people.
Wow.
So I fell in love.
That's good. And how
Yeah.
long you been doing it now?
So I got hired as a reserve in '02, and then I got hired as full time as '03. So I just
Wow.
hit 22 years full time.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. How
Yeah.
much how much how
I
much
love
longer
it.
you thinking? You loving it, huh?
Man, honestly, people ask me that, and as of right now, depending on the wife's what happens with her and what she wants to do moving forward, but
Yeah.
I could retire right now. I could
Yeah.
say I'm done, but I'm having more fun than I've ever had.
That's good.
Oh, and a lot of people talk about working, and a lot of people talk about retirement. Like I'm not ready to retire one, and this
Hmm.
honestly doesn't feel like work. Like I
Yeah.
truly enjoy coming to the fire station to helping people, to work out, to hang out with my coworkers and stuff like that.
That's good.
So honestly, like the max out retirement for me right now would be 32 years and then drop for a max of 7.
Wow.
So 39 total. That put me at 17 more
Uh-huh.
is a game plan as of today.
Wow.
But that could change anytime, you
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah.
And so looking back, you're going through the process, you're hopping in a fire truck, while in high school. How much influence did your parents have with helping you with their decision?
So you know what? The awesome thing is, and my parents are both still with me and they're still together. And we actually had a Sunday brunch which we regularly do, or
Hmm.
breakfast, sorry. But my dad always showed me what hard work was.
Yeah.
And he showed us what it takes to make sure that you can provide for your family and be there for your family.
Hmm.
And then my mom was always the one that, and she also followed up with getting her own education later on in life. But she showed me that it can be done, and she supported me throughout getting my community college and getting my fire science degree. I was pretty fortunate to knock that out the first 2 years out of high school,
Yeah.
and they've always supported me and pushed me to do whatever I wanted to do, and they're always in my corner, like cheering me on. So they're one of my
Yeah.
biggest cheerleaders.
That's good. That's good because I mean you have a lot of folks, man, who don't have that. They're not as fortunate as that, right? Or,
Yeah.
as you just with having both parents and um we're actually helping them, I guess, just modeling what that actually looks like as far
Yeah.
as like you have two couples just maintaining a relationship, staying together. Let's elevate our kids, and help them achieve whatever it is they want to achieve. I mean, it's rare nowadays.
No,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure, for sure. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've always been very fortunate. I
Hmm.
mean, our living conditions weren't always the best, but
Yeah.
that we did what we could do, and my parents did a great job, and now they're the greatest grandparents that any daughters can have for sure.
That's right.
They got 3 grandchildren, and my parents have done a phenomenal job of helping us raise them as well.
That's good. That's good, man.
Shout outs to my parents for sure.
Yeah. Because I know, I mean, I'm just thinking about my own personal life. My parents weren't together. They
Yeah.
divorced when I was 7. Yeah, around there. And so it was just my sister and I, and then it just got to the point where I decided to go stay with Pops. Um, and that was in high school. And so I ended up staying with him. And so just that was just different, just being with somebody who's raised in the South. They have the work ethic, but when it comes to like expressing, right, just sharing things of affirmation, words of affirmation, encouraging, that stuff was hardly there. And so
Hmm.
uh, sometimes you might wonder, like, man, what would I be if had I been raised this way? But at the same time, it's like you take the bad with the good, and you find somebody that you can actually connect with, and then all of a sudden you start leaning on that person to actually help you. And that's some of the things I end up having to do. But yeah, man, it's awesome to see that, how your life has actually turned out,
Yeah, for sure.
and the
My
support.
dad was the one who modeled hard work.
Hmm.
He didn't talk about it, he just did it.
Yeah.
And then my mom was also doing the hard work, but she'd be the one cheering us on, like, you can do anything you want to do, keep doing it. And
Hmm.
still to this day, like she's always there cheering us on. And we're both high eyes, so
Yeah.
we have the same speech.
So y'all connect, y'all know how to connect, definitely.
Oh, for sure. We're all about having fun and getting after it.
And so you got married, you got, was it two daughters?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So um I'm very fortunate.
You said, oh
One just
yeah.
turned 22 and the other one's 18.
Yeah.
But
Mm,
yeah, very, very lucky. Me and the wife, we didn't get married right away, so we ended up having our both of our kids earlier on in our relationship. And I jokingly say, but
mm,
I always say that I had to make sure that once she had my two children, she got back into shape.
yeah.
That's kind of my thing that I tell everybody. Like I just had to make sure. One wasn't good. We had to it, and then after
Uh,
she got back in shape, we now I can get her married.
that's
Now
right.
become one.
That'd be-
But no, it's awesome raising daughters. I also got
yeah.
the opportunity. I didn't have a son of my own, but
Hmm.
my nephew ended up living with us the
Okay.
last, not last year, but 5 years, his high school, basically junior high to high school. So he was also around my daughters, and we got
Hmm.
to raise him as well.
Yeah.
And we got him to graduate high school, and that was our goal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Help him, yeah, graduate high school.
Hmm.
His mom had taken a temporary time off
Yeah.
from him for a couple years. So, but he is now in the workforce. I was happy to say he graduated high school. I didn't see my colleges for him, but I'm glad that we're able to help him do that as well as, he was raised around my daughter, so they're almost like sisters to him.
Yeah, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
not only that, because now he has like a male role model, a father figure, right? That he can actually lean on and depend on and just look up to and have those hard conversations with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I feel like we need to have a couple more hard conversations, but he's still learning. He still thinks he thinks
Right.
he knows it all right now. So
Right, right. I
we all
know
know how that goes.
I know
We've all
exactly
been
what
through that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh
But
yeah.
just looking back over the years, what do you think this, I guess just with raising your daughters up until this point, what are some of the things that you think that actually stood out that like, okay, we did a good job with this?
Yeah. It's it's the way they're modeling things now,
Uh-huh.
honestly. And even like let's talk either one of my daughters, they're both in a great position, they're doing great things. But the way that they look at their health and wellness right now
Yeah.
is bar none. Like I'm amazed to see that although I started later and me and my wife kind of started later in focusing in on that,
Yeah.
they've picked up on all those things and they love going to the gym. They love going dancing. And those are two things that me and my wife have done for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're all about this country swing dancing, all the stuff that they do,
Right.
like 50 plus dances, each of
Uh-huh.
them. They're going to church now and all that. So it's been an amazing opportunity just to watch them grow up, even to the point where my 16-year-old, oh, when she was 16, sorry,
Mhm.
18-year-old now, but thinking back that she took it upon herself. She was interested in cheer, and I wasn't overly pushy because I feel like my dad for us was a little bit too pushy with baseball,
Yeah.
and I was more of a basketball football fan.
Hmm.
But he grew up in Puerto Rico. Him and my mom both did. Their first generation came out here, and they they pushed a little bit too much for baseball. I wasn't really a fan, and I didn't want to do that with my daughter.
Yeah.
So I was more letting her do her thing.
Hmm.
She continued to get more committed, because of I think TikTok, probably or YouTube. She found this outfit, Top Gun, out of Miami,
Yeah.
Florida, and fell in love with them. And she had this goal, this dream to make that team.
Oh wow.
And me and the wife said, "Hey, we're here to cheer you on,
Hmm.
support you. We'll figure out how to make it happen." Financially, we weren't the most set to make that happen.
Yeah, right.
You know how we are. We're going to make something happen. If that's what they want, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. She worked her butt off. She got all kinds of extra cheering stuff with different coaches and stuff like
Mhm.
that, working to be her best. And she got the ability to try out. She had to go out there and try out. And once she made that team, then the biggest goal was trying to figure out how to get her out there.
Yeah. Man, that's
And
good.
for me being that high, I'm always last minute, man. And that's probably one of my
You
biggest
said-
downfalls is it irritates the wife.
Right.
but like I almost wait last minute to do everything. I'm like, we'll get it figured out. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. We'll figure
Well,
it out. Like
yeah.
we'll make
Right.
it happen some one way or another.
Right. Hmm.
And we ended up just communicating with the company Top Gun and asking them, hey, do you have any ways that we can get her out there? And they ended up
Hmm.
having basically a house mom who had a daughter or two on the team, and they had, I don't know, anywhere from 12 to 16 students out of there that were living with them. So there was a house mom and then all these children per
Yeah.
se, anywhere from 12 to 20
Right.
group there. So with the help of them and getting that set up, we were able to make the housing part of it happen
Hmm.
financially. It was hard to make happen, but I said I'll work my ass off, whatever I have to do to make this happen for my daughter,
Yeah.
because she's done her part. Now it's time to
Right.
do my part.
Right.
And
Uh,
then the last part was schooling. Like we weren't sure
mm,
what we were going to do with that. She was a sophomore going to her junior year, and the wife luckily found the best route to take was online schooling. And my
mm,
daughter has always been a superstar at school. Like she was
yeah.
the one, amazingly enough, from kindergarten, honestly, man. Like it's been amazing because she was like, wait, you tell me that this is all the homework I got to do all week. So if I
Mm.
do it Monday, I'm done for the week. We're like, yeah. She's like, okay. And she would
I'm about
always,
to knock it out.
but honestly, dude, from
Yeah.
kindergarten, I was amazed. She was the one to always knock it out, like no problem. So it was always amazing. And she rocked that online thing. It was pretty easy for her. So,
Man, that's good. I mean, that story right there made me think of my daughter when you talked about just the pressure, right? With people just kind of push you in a direction. I just remember when my daughter she was playing basketball up in Georgia because her mom and I we aren't together, never married, but they were out there in Georgia. So she was playing for Norcross, and I remember her last year, her senior year in basketball, she was kind of like reluctant on playing because she got a couple concussions. Um,
yep.
Yep, and just just playing different positions, diving for the ball, whether she hit somebody's knee or caught an elbow or something. But anyways, she ended up getting, I guess, some scholarship offers, and she was like, "Dad, I don't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm through. I don't want to play no more basketball." She was like, the girls had to talk her into playing her last year.
Okay.
Um, she did an excellent job. She's good. She's athletic, has a height, the build, and but it was just, you're just something that she didn't want to pursue anymore. And so just allowing them to have that space, right, to make their own decisions, I felt like it actually made our relationship a little bit better also because now she's kind of talking to me about some things that they're they're heart things, right? Not just mind and seeking advice, but things that matter to the heart. And so here we are having these real discussions, these topics, man, that really mean something to her. So it's like
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. You said concussions. That's she was a flyer, so she definitely had her fair share of concussions for sure.
Oh, this.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, like she had never wanted to go the college route with this.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, my hope as a dad was like I was hoping that that's the route she would take,
Yeah.
was doing the college and getting some kind of scholarships or something like that. So she plans to try out for GCU here
Hmm.
next semester.
Oh,
So
nice.
hoping that can hopefully get her some scholarships to
Yeah.
she wants to become a doctor is her plan right now.
Oh,
So
sweet.
kind of follow in both of mine and her mom's footsteps.
Yeah.
Me, EMS side as a firefighter, and then her mom is pursuing a psychologist degree. So she's a year and a half out from completing that. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah,
And there's a lot of people that could benefit from that too.
for
So,
sure.
yeah. And I'm sure you had your fair share of just like moments where, I mean, I'm just thinking about your daughter's age is 18, and you said the other one is 22.
22.
And I'm just thinking about like, what do girls experience, at those ages, whether it's preteen, now you're actually a teen to young adult, and it's like heartbreak. And I'm not just talking about like heartbreak with the guy or anything like that, but just with friendships diminishing. You're no longer associating with the people that you once associated with. How, as a dad, how have you been able to manage that? Are you the emotional type where you can actually express your feelings to your daughters, or you just because I know in this profession, man, we have to put on the mask sometimes, man. We have to be the macho man, but at times, when we get home, we have to let that stuff off,
Yeah.
take the mask off. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, and thinking back to the how we first started, and I talked about luckily I'm not in prison right now, but I would say our hardest time we had with either one of our daughters was the summer of my oldest being 16.
Mm,
She was newly introduced to boys. The
mm-hmm.
boy had a real nice facade that pretty much lied to all of us and lied to her, and he basically lied to her, tried filling her head with all kinds of stuff and stuff like that. So basically telling her that we're no good and trying to get her to move out with him. And she ran away with him for a little bit. But that was probably the hardest situation that we had to face as far as her growing up. And she was brand new, hanging out with boys, kind of dating boys. And
Mm-hmm.
we were okay with it. We talked about it. We met him beforehand. Seemed like a good kid. Seemed like he was raised right. And that was the tougher part, just getting the opportunity and you don't know people coming off the street. So he seemed like a good kid at first, but that quickly went downhill to the
Yeah.
point where we had to call the cops and, make sure that they got separated. And she didn't trust us. Like she thought that he was the almighty and that
Wow.
he was saying what she needs to learn and know and this and that. And there was just at one point where towards the end of it, he was over the house and I was ready to do some harm to this little kid. And he was
Yeah.
18. I believe he was 18 at the time
Uh-huh.
or 17, about to be 18. So I was like,
He's like, he's an adult.
boy. Oh man, I got a fire career. I'm not willing to throw that away for your little punk ass. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a challenging summer and that took some time. But for me, I feel like I'm not one who talks about my feelings and emotions all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely when it needs, we have to have those need to have those conversations. We will.
Yeah.
And we had a couple hard conversations and had to talk about that and kind of the path that he was leading her down and kind of what we saw for her
Mm-hmm.
as a young woman. She was becoming a young woman and her being in our household.
Yeah. Man, I think man, one that's huge. And how often do we, I mean, it's almost like a fear that a lot of people end up having. I mean, because you could raise your kids the right way, have the proper environment, a thriving environment, an atmosphere at that, loving. But somehow somebody might get into their head or whatever. And so now you got to compete with this outside noise. And sometimes that's hard because we could be saying something, we can have these conversations, and they're saying, okay, yeah, I hear you, I got it. I understand, mom, I understand that. But then as soon as they get out in the world, it's like it's a different beast, it's a different animal out there. And so it's like you really have to be on guard and train them right. And just sometimes, I mean, once they leave your presence, man, it's like, okay, God, you know, you got to, I mean, really be praying over them also. So
For
yeah.
sure, for sure.
That is,
And interestingly enough, that's kind of how I took my parenting role. I looked at
mhm,
it as like 0 to 10 is we're showing them everything, doing everything for them for the most part, and then continuing to let them grow. And then like the teenage
mm,
years was like, all right, we're here,
yeah,
but I'm gonna let you fail here and there. I'm gonna let you learn from what you're doing.
yeah,
And then our thing was honestly it was just like, and we know we've all gone through it. Like
hmm,
at some point we're like we know it all already. We're ready for this world. We're ready to take on this world,
yeah,
right? Like we don't need to listen to our parents. They're old. They have no clue what they're talking about.
uh-huh,
Like, this is a new world, like this and that. We've all gone through it, thought that we knew it all. And then we kept crawling back to our parents like, damn, I didn't know
yeah,
everything. I wasn't ready for that.
yeah,
This hurts.
hmm,
So yeah, it was interesting and luckily we were able to get her back on track
mm,
and she did feel her first heartbreak there.
yeah,
And she was able to move on from that, and she's
mm,
doing a lot better now. She's found out more so who she was and is now.
yeah.
She's rocking and rolling. She's been doing Dutch Bros for 3 years, but wants to open up her own coffee thing.
Oh,
To the
sweet.
point, yeah, to the point where she's already got her LLC
Oh,
up.
wow.
We just got her a little cart that she wants to start doing pop-ups in different places. We
Uh-huh.
got one coming up the 19th on Friday, actually
Oh, nice.
she's gonna do, but she's all about coffee. She loves coffee. She tried the college route for a semester, didn't like it, wasn't for
Yeah.
her. And I'm honestly, I'm not pushing that.
Hmm.
Although I got a 2-year degree, and my wife's about to have I don't know how many degrees,
I
probably
know,
like
right?
different degrees, but the top one will be that psychologist degree, that PhD.
Yeah,
But I'm not. I want them to be happy in what they're doing, and
right.
that's honestly at the end of the day what I'm looking for my children is I
Hmm.
want them to be happy in what I'm doing. Like I know that I'm happy with what I get to the opportunity I get to do and have right now
Right.
in all parts of my life, and that's what I want to see from them. I don't want them to go down a route that they don't want to go down. I don't want them to
Yeah,
be forced to do something that they don't want to do.
right. Yeah. I mean, especially since the fact, I mean, you're doing something that you love to do, and you know how gratifying that is, and you just want other people to experience that, especially your family, especially your daughters.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, this is what this feels like, but this is the work that I end up having to put in as well. So keep on, keep on pushing on. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the noise, the distractions.
Yeah,
Um,
and that noise and distraction had me down for a little while, honestly. Like I
yeah.
think it was 35 is when I really started getting after, it, and I kind of told myself I'd be fittest at 40 was kind of how it started. So that's 10 years ago now. And in somewhere probably 7, 8 years ago, I'd say my daughter's like, all you guys do is party and celebrate because we're football fans, football and basketball. So we go out to any opportunity we got, Monday
Yeah.
night football, Thursday night football, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Sunday football, and then
Yeah.
carried on to Monday. So we were out hanging out with the homies, having fun, bars, this and that. And they said, we know all you do is party and celebrate
Mm,
and watch sports.
yeah.
And that kind of woke me up a little bit. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, you know what? They're right. And
Right.
other things like some of my friends weren't doing what they should be doing, and I could have done a lot better job of assisting in those situations and scenarios at the
Uh-huh.
time, which I wish I would have,
Right.
because we have a amazing friend group, and that fell apart.
Mm,
And that was amazing what we had at the time, but that was for that time,
yeah.
and that didn't move forward. So in moving forward, my I would say my
Mm,
daughter is definitely a huge part of who I am today. They kind of helped me wake up and realize that I wasn't being my best. I wasn't chasing the best version of Eli.
wow. Wow,
And
that's
they
convicting
helped,
right there.
yeah, man. And they definitely helped me wake up and realize that that all this money and time and boozing and stuff that I was wasting cheering for different teams and stuff like that, they don't have my last name on their back,
Right.
right?
Right.
I need to celebrate myself. I need to push myself to make it happen.
Hmm.
I'm the one that's going to have my last name on my backpack. I'm going to have my last name on my shirt because I'm
That's
cheering
right.
myself on.
Yeah.
And my
That's
kids are cheering me on to be the best man I could be for them.
that's right. You know, that's powerful because I remember, just having a conversation with my daughter and she was like, you know what? I was like, what is one thing that you wish you could tell all dads? And she was like, that we're always watching. We're always watching how you engage with other people, how you interact with whether it's the mom or other women, aunties, whoever it is, but they
Yeah.
always are watching. How you react to confrontation, right? How you handle like, stressful or crisis moments. I was like, this girl, it is so true. It is
Oh
so
yeah.
true. Especially if they're gonna be able to call you out on it. I mean, now they're really concerned for you at that point if they could call you out on something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like my youngest has always been like that. She's always been blunt.
Has she?
She get it from her mama. She's always been blunt. She's the one you go to. Hey, how's this outfit look? Horrible. Change that.
So
Always. Doesn't matter who it is. She'd always get on. It doesn't matter who it is. You ask her about your hair, she'd be honest as hell with you.
that is funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is funny. I think, sometimes when I think about who we are as first responders, we have to go out and cover people. We have to solve problems, protect whatever it is. You know, find different resources for people to actually utilize. But I think sometimes when it comes to the home, it's weird because we go out there, be the person that we need to be, but then when we
Mhm.
come home, it's like I'm not sure if it's sometimes you just want to digress and be like, you know what, I'm done, I'm through. But at the same time, there's just so much more that needs to be done at the
Yeah.
house because now your parent or whoever it is in your household, they want you to be present, not just physically, but like mentally and engaging as well. Do you find that this kind of like the same thing in your household? Like, okay, dad is home or my husband is home.
Yeah.
Right.
I've definitely had to be woken up to that fact many times.
Yeah.
Through my daughters or my wife, be like, "Hey, you're here now. Like you're here with us. Like be a
Uh,
husband, be a dad."
yeah.
Definitely had to be reminded of that time and time again, and I attempt to do my best with so much going on and different priorities in life. Being involved, our involvement with our careers, like these are some careers that you
Mm.
as much or as little as you want.
Hmm.
And there's been different times when I was involved with the e-board and the union and
Yeah.
trustee or treasurer, secretary, and always getting phone calls. And the wife hated that period. She was like, I
Mm.
don't want you to go back to having to
Wow.
be on the phone all day, every day.
Hmm.
Which I always find different ways to get back to that point. It
Right.
doesn't matter if it was having a side job with safety compliance services,
Uh,
or now the work I'm doing with First Form. I'm always catching myself on the phone trying to interact with people and chat with people. So, but I feel like now is a little different calling just because I'm look. It's a continuation of the fire service, but this is not people who are necessarily making the 911 call that they need our help, and this is the worst moment of their life.
yeah.
Although that this calling is just as high priority, but they don't realize it yet
Hmm.
because our
Yeah.
health is number one. Without our health, we ain't got nothing.
That's right. Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't got your health, like if
Hmm.
you're laying in the hospital bed, all the money in the world might get you a little bit better doctors, but the work is what needs to get done at the end of the day.
Right. Right.
You need to take care of you. You need to take care of number one.
That's right.
And we're lacking in that in a huge way.
That is, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I remember talking with my brother-in-law. You know him, Ernie Kaysen. So
I love Uncle E, baby. I love Uncle E. He's my man.
yeah, so we were talking about, how a lot of people um, prioritize family, faith, fitness, finances. And I think he was talking about Mustafa and how he actually prioritized it. And he went, most people go faith, family, fitness, but he said faith, fitness, family. And it kind of goes back to what you were just saying, talking about as far as,
Yeah.
if you're not taking care of your body, if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to be able to provide for your family in a way
Yeah.
that they need to be taken care of, or just to be the best version of yourself so you can actually provide and take care of things that you need to take care of. That's huge.
100%. And
Yeah.
that was another realization that the 75 Hard Live Hard program opened up my eyes to is that I can make, and I used to love taking my kids to school. Like that was one of my things, like dropping them off in the morning, like giving
Yeah.
them that morning hype up, like, hey, you can have a great day. Like, let's
Yeah.
go. I'm that high once again. I love to cheer them on and say, let's go, kids. Have a great day.
Yeah.
I figured out that if I prioritize myself in the morning, so wake up a little bit earlier, and it took time. It doesn't happen overnight, but incrementally wake up a little bit earlier. I was able to get a workout in, to do a morning read, or to do anything like that, to get in my faith, or anything that I want to prioritize my life. Like I was able to do the work ahead of time
Mhm.
before basically the world gets crazy, the world gets loud and noisy, right?
Right.
Because those hours ain't a lot of people operating in that early morning time.
That's right. They aren't.
No,
Everybody wants to
exactly.
sleep. Everybody
No.
wants to sleep.
Yeah. And at the time, back then, I was huge on I can operate in 4 to 6 hours, and the wife has always been telling me another one. You're right, honey. You're right. I give her that. So she's always said how important sleep was, and now, funny enough, that's one of the biggest things that I prioritize with the people I work with. I
Mm.
tell them that sleep's number one, and then it goes your nutrition, and then movement and health are the kind of the three steps that I talk about a lot. But
Yeah.
realizing that at the time I was able to sleep 4 to 6 hours or still operate, but
Mm.
now I make sure I prioritize my sleep, my 8 hours of sleep, 7, 8 hours of sleep, and then focus on myself in the morning and do the things I need to do. And then like that program honestly showed me how much time I do have in a day,
Yeah.
how much I can get done within a 5 hour window and still have the rest of my day available to my family.
That's it. That's it. And so when you think about, I guess, your relationship with your wife and how you guys engage as far as like just kind of working together, communicating, going out, spending time, having date nights, whatever.
Mm.
How do you think that's actually just kind of like impacted your daughters to be like, you know what, how dad treats mom, this is what we want in a husband or potential husband.
Yeah. And like you said, like my wife made that known early on is that we need to prioritize ourselves, date
Hmm.
days, date nights, and we have done a pretty good job of that. And I see it in the boys that they attempt to date or hang out with, like
Yeah.
the boy that my oldest girl's dating now. The way that he went all out the other day to just ask her out to be his girlfriend. They're hanging out here and there, but he
Yeah.
went what some of us would call all out. And he's like, "Oh, that was only a little thing." I'm like, "All right." And the other day they met us up for sushi because my daughter knows if we ain't home for dinner, we're probably eating sushi or Thai somewhere. So
Yeah.
she hits up my wife. She's like, "Where are you guys at?" And we're like, "We're not at sushi." So interestingly enough, they rolled up there, and then when we had our dinner, we talked, and then when we were leaving, and funny enough, both of the women were driving. So my wife was driving, and my daughter was driving her car.
Yeah.
So he opened up just like I did. I opened up the car door for my wife to get in, and so did he. I was
Nice.
like, all right, I see you, I
Yeah.
see you. But it's just those things like and they even say it too is that I set the bar very high.
Yeah.
So good luck.
So good.
So in setting that bar high, I take that, like I've done a decent job of being the father for them that they need, a father figure, and I still attempt to be there for them as much as possible.
That's right.
To the fact where my 18-year-old just had a heartbreak with a boy that she's been dating for some time,
Mm.
and now attempted to be there for her. She's always been more, and she jokes around a lot, is kind of like my tomboy.
Yeah.
She's gonna call you out for whatever it is, but we always fight and wrestle. She wanted to be a wrestler and stuff like that, so we
Yeah.
always mess around and we always joke around stuff like that. But yeah, she's going through it right now.
Is she?
Yeah, so it's just been interesting attempt to spend more time with her and do things with her. So and
Yeah.
allow her space to go through that. And
Right.
luckily she is, and they both have, but their top three things are faith, fitness, and dancing, which is fitness, fun. So they're regularly going to church and she's in the Bible studying that and dancing and hitting the gym on her. Like they'll both of my daughters will hit the gym by themselves, which is amazing. A lot of people are
That
scared
is.
to take a step in the gym.
That's right.
Where my daughters are going there, and now I'm slowly starting to get them on making sure to prioritize their protein,
Hmm.
the nutrition, stuff like that. Like I guess my daughter went on a date with her boy not too long ago, and said, "Oh, this has this much protein, and that's no good for you, and this and that." I'm like, "Yes, let's
Yes.
go, winning."
Leave the processed foods alone.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, they still splurge on those a little bit, but it's less as much as they used to. A lot
Yeah,
better. Yeah, for sure.
that's good. And
Yeah.
speaking of, were you talking about your daughters, like, or the youngest one kind of going through it right now? When it comes to like, just being a parent that our kids need, how moms, they could be like the nurturers, dads could be the disciplines, and sometimes it could be vice versa. How do you handle that stuff? I mean, are you more like the nurturer or more like um the the inspiration person that's like, you know what, honey, we could get over that, or you just kind of just chilling, just kind of letting them talk and I'm about to be a soundboard for you.
Yeah, I would say I'm more the inspiration. I'm all about we can push through, we can get after, we'll
Hmm.
do this, we'll do that. Sounding board, yes, for sure. When they feel comfortable or ready to talk to me,
Yeah.
normally that stuff lies on their mom.
Hmm.
A lot more, they're a lot more comfortable talking to her about that stuff and have in the past.
Yeah.
But they'll like right now, my oldest daughter, we're working together to get her business kind of rocking and rolling. We're bouncing business ideas off and kind of what route she can take to get this set up. So, and her idea was we're going between a
Mm.
little cart, a little push cart, or an actual
Man.
trailer. And she made her sale for the cart, so we ended up getting her for that for her birthday was just last week, the 7th, and Christmas.
Uh,
And with the help of my brother, we're putting this little cute little cart together for her so she can do her event the 19th.
that's
And that's
huge.
just propel her into doing a bunch of other stuff and hopefully opening her own business, which she wants to do like coffee and antiques,
Yeah.
like clothing and stuff like that. She
Hmm.
loves skating. So I could see maybe a roller rink in there as well. Who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. But I'm always a supporter. With all my relationships, I'm always like, you can do it. Let's go. That's always been me. That I'm a flight attendant.
Right.
Like to have fun, like to have a good time. Let's go.
And the fact that you actually encourage her to just go out there and, trust herself. I mean, just go out there and explore, experience, what life has to offer. And I'm just thinking about like just a young entrepreneur. She's already, you said she's working at Dutch Bros.
Yeah, 3 years.
And I know, don't they actually have something like a program where if you've been there a certain amount of time that you can actually franchise with them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. To the point, she's actually earlier this year, I think she became middle manager,
Hmm.
and then she just got onto two sweet spots, which is going to help her out that much more in her dreams and goals. But they got this crew called Mob,
Yeah.
where they basically go out to different states and train new employees.
Oh, wow.
And then inside of that, her managers also asked her one more thing if she wants to go out with them to Florida to
Hmm.
establish a whole new training thing out there.
Oh,
So there's
sweet.
two opportunities there that she's getting, and she's actually flying out the 26th for 19 days,
Uh-huh.
Florida, to go do that.
Man.
So another opportunity for her just to go somewhere else and visit somewhere else, travel on the job on the dime,
Yeah.
and make a little bit extra money and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So.
And man, she's gonna be so close to Puerto Rico. She might have a she might hop on a plane to go visit.
She might. It's been a little while since we went there, and
Yeah.
all three of them loved it. At the
Yeah.
time we went, they're like, we could move here.
Yeah.
So she might just do that.
That's
Outside of her, she says she's working 18 of 19 days,
yeah.
so we'll see. But
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome. Hey man, I know you're on the clock and you're actually taking this time to hop on this call with me. Before I let you go, man, what's that one thing that you want your daughters to kind of take away from you or take away that they actually learned from you?
I would say it's got to be that you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work. Like you can't wait for the pat on the back to say, "Hey, it's your turn,"
Hmm.
because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Too many of us are in a standstill and waiting till this, or I got to wait till this happens, or I got to wait till that happens, and it doesn't happen by waiting.
Yeah.
You have to have aggressive patience. Like you have to be doing the work, hoping and praying and faith and all that stuff, and
Hmm.
working with others to make it happen. But you have to do the work at the end of the day. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen without you. We're the biggest piece in that, and we got to make it happen.
That's right. Well, man, I appreciate you, bro, coming on, man. This is good.
Honor and grateful, man. Honor
This
and
is good.
grateful.